Welcome to BRCC Today. I'm your host, Tammy Brown, wishing you a wonderful and prosperous new year. On today's edition, we're going to hear from BRCC alumni, and also we're going to learn about some workforce training and academic programs that are offered through BRCC throughout the greater Baton Rouge area in more than 9 sites. For those of you who don't know, as of July 1, 2013, BRCC merged with Capital Area Technical College, the former Votech school, and as one big college with 9 locations, the college now offers associate degrees, transfer degrees, workforce certifications, short-term training, technical diplomas, and much more. So BRCC really has something for everyone now that it's merged with the former Capital Area Technical College. On that note, we're going to hear from some of the BRCC alumni, and my first guest is Ms. Gerren Sias.
Okay.
Hello. So glad to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Now you graduated from the BRCC Mid-City campus, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. What program did you graduate in?
I received an Associate of General Studies degree from BRCC way back in 2004.
In 2004,
Yes.
Okay. Now that degree was designed as a transfer degree, is that correct?
That is correct. It allowed me to transfer and go on to Louisiana State University, where I pursued a bachelor's degree, and I also received my master's degree from there.
Wow, so BRCC really opened that door for you.
Absolutely. I would have not been able to do that if it wouldn't have been for Baton Rouge Community College. Much like a lot of people out there, I was more of a non-traditional student. I didn't go to college right after high school, and BRCC allowed me to prepare myself for a 4-year institution by having a smaller classroom setting, having a professor that knows you by name, and being able to take advantage of everything it had to offer.
That's why I'm so glad to have you on the show, because as you said, a lot of people don't realize that BRCC is the gateway for so many people.
Certainly.
Who maybe didn't have a certain GPA in high school, or didn't do a certain score on ACT, or maybe if they didn't even have a high school diploma and they have a GED,
Correct.
They can actually enroll in those the transfer degree program, which is what you did.
Correct. And it's also very cost efficient. See, by going to Baton Rouge Community College and being able to defer my tuition, I was able to, instead of paying for 4 years, I was able to pay 2 years out of pocket. And when I went on to Louisiana State University, I only had to pay for 2 years back to the federal government. So it was a win-win for me.
Sure, and you went in as a junior. You didn't go in as a freshman, so to speak. You went in how did that work?
That is correct. I was able to go into LSU as a junior. A lot of those general courses I took right there at Baton Rouge Community College, and a very important thing, and for a lot of people at home that may not know, when you step on LSU's campus as a freshman, you may have some courses with 300 students in,
right.
And that can be a lot for incoming freshmen. So the fact that I was able to do that at BRCC in a classroom setting of about 22 students was terrific, because the professor knew me by name. I was able to get the information I needed and move on to bigger things.
And I'm so glad, again, that you came on the show, because people don't realize that that's available to them. And you mentioned that, that there may be classes at LSU and at Southern, a couple of hundred people in like English 101 or whatever, one of those, early
Correct.
classes.
Correct.
And some people love that. I mean, some people love being in the big classes, and some people do not.
Yes.
So, so it's not about one is better than the other. It's about what fits you. And
Correct.
English 101 at BRCC is English 101 at Southern, Grambling, LSU, and so this general studies degree, transfer degree that you obtained from BRCC, transferred in clean right into the university.
That is correct, without any problems whatsoever.
Yeah, so people watching right now, let's say they have a GED, or maybe they're older and they've been out of high school for a long time, or they didn't do well on ACT, or maybe got a high school diploma but maybe failed a few courses. What would you say to them? Could they still go to a university?
Most certainly. I would say, first and foremost, don't be discouraged. Give it a shot. You never know where you'll end up. I said earlier on, I would not have the degrees that I have today if I would have never gotten my start at Baton Rouge Community College. And what makes me so proud is that I had an opportunity to take part in BRCC when it was at its infancy. And I look at it now, oftentimes I hear my grandfather talks about, when they had to go to school, they would have to walk miles and miles to get there.
In the snow.
It makes me it makes me very proud to say that I was able to go to Baton Rouge Community College when it was one building and one parking garage, and now I go back and there's multiple buildings and a very impressive staff and faculty there that work very hard to to provide the students with a great learning environment, and that's terrific.
And so from your stepping stone at BRCC, you went on to LSU and graduated, got your graduate degree from LSU. And what are you doing now?
Well, currently I'm a litigation specialist. I work right here in the downtown area in the capital city for a law firm. We practice civil law, and I thoroughly enjoy it. Every day it's something different, and I think that's what I love about it.
And it all started, when you general studies, you obviously didn't know what you wanted to do at that point, right? I mean, did you know what your path was going to be?
No, not at all. And at that time in 2002, 2003, I knew I wanted to go to college. And I knew that as I didn't know exactly what that path would lay out for me, I knew that I need to get in the classroom and to get some sort of instruction. So at that point, I didn't know, but I can just say that it's been fruitful since then.
And that's a great message for people watching, because a lot of young people are not sure what they want to do. Correct. They're like, well, I'm getting out of high school, I'm not going to go to university, or I'm not going to go to college because I'm not sure what I want to do yet.
Correct.
And what you did, what they could do is go and get general studies at BRCC, and then, because those courses from that transfer degree, no matter what your major is, that first year and a half, those are all the same courses.
That is correct.
So for those out there who are not sure, like he said, get in the classroom.
Absolutely.
You can do it. There's no excuse why you cannot.
No, not at all.
There's financial aid available, right? They have staff that will help you. We have staff that help tutor, advising. We have a lot at BRCC to help people out there who are not sure what they want to do, but they know we definitely need to go to college, whether it be on the academic side of the house or whether it be skills training. So
Correct.
You out there, stop at the BRCC, come to one of the campuses. There's one near you. Stop by and find out more about how you can enroll. Gerren, it's such a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And you are actively involved with the alumni. And so for alumni watching, Gerren is going to be involved, and we've got a great group. And we want you guys to come out and be a part of the Alumni Association.
Correct.
And so if you are a BRCC or Capital Area Technical College graduate, go on the website, www.mybrcc.edu, and click on the Alumni Association, no charge. We need you to sign up and get involved. So thank you again, Gerren.
Thank you, Tam, for having me again.
We're so glad to have you. Hope to have you again. Doing great things, one of our BRCC alumni. Our next segment of the show is going to be a clip from an alumni event that we had right after the merger. So this alumni event, the video you'll see, is Capital Area Technical College and BRCC alumni coming together for the first time. So check it out.
Hello everyone, we're here at Sullivan's Ringside at Sullivan's Restaurant here in Baton Rouge, and this is what we're having today is a BRCC Alumni Social, and it's the first one that we've had with the combination of the former Capital Area Technical College students and BRCC students. So we have alumni from Capital Area and BRCC coming together as one, and we're going to really grow this alumni association on both sides, the technical side and the academic side. So we're excited about what's happening today, and you guys will hear from some of the alumni and the faculty and staff that are here today, so stay tuned.
I'm April Banks, and I graduated from KATC in cosmetology. I think it's very important to get involved just because you might have somebody that's straying away from graduating school or getting into cosmetology or getting into any other industry. You want them to, be encouraged about it. So I want y'all to get involved.
I'm Carrie Truitt. I'm the manager of internships in the Career Center. So I essentially partner with employers to help them find interns for their company, as well as help students find internships in their field. I think first and foremost, it's great to give back. And so from an alumni standpoint, if you can help contribute to helping a student with their career, testing out, employment within their field, I think that's just the right thing to do. But also finding a pipeline for their company of talent, that's very important. And so these students are being prepared academically in their field, but they really need some good on-the-job experience, and so that's where I think BRCC alumni can help out and help themselves in the process by getting that good talent.
Hi, my name is Shannon Landry. I am the Program Specialist Administrative Assistant for the BRAVE program, Baton Rouge Police Department. I've been a city parish government worker for about 10 years. My first degree was from LTC BRCC in Information Systems Technology. That allowed me to go and test at the city and acquire the job that I have now. I started out as a clerical worker, and my information systems technology degree allowed me the opportunity to pass both skills tests in Excel and Microsoft Word. I want to get connected because it makes me feel like I'm giving something back to the community, and I think that in order supporting BRCC will enhance our community, 70805 area, and expand to other areas in Baton Rouge.
My name is John Warren. I'm the Information Technology Help Desk Manager at BRCC. About 10 years ago, maybe a little more than that, I graduated from the Capital Area Technical College in the Information Technology program. There I received my A+ certification, my MCSA in Microsoft, and my CCNA in Cisco. Well, it gives me a nice sense of pride in that I can relate to students now and say, you know, hey, this is where it got me. You know, I'm a living, breathing example of the education I received and now the position that I'm in and the positions that, you know, I strive for in the future, you know, with accomplishments and everything. So it gives me a chance to let other folks know, you know, the possibilities that are out there for them.
My name is Neil Hayhurst. I'm the Athletic Director for Baton Rouge Community College. I think it's important for us to engage alumni to get people to keep coming back to our campus after they leave. We want them to bring their families and come to their games and support the current student. But we keep track of where our student athletes are, if they're at four-year schools or if they happen to be in the minor leagues, for instance, in baseball. And we want to keep track of them and just kind of keep track of their progress as they move forward and stay connected.
My name is Shawan James. I graduated in 2006 from the Westside campus in Franklin, an LPN program. I now own Pilot Healthcare Services. It's a healthcare consulting firm specialized in training. It could be a number of resources, actually. As a business owner, you always want to stay in contact and have a broad range of people who you can provide services for, but it's also a way of staying in touch with friends and keeping up with, you know, people you went to school with and seeing what we're all doing and meeting new people, actually, and being able to provide answers to the general public and to provide a support system for the general public and see that they can actually make it and what they can do with actually going to this school. I would tell them, actually, to be honest, I would tell them, get involved. If you don't get involved, you have no say-so of what happens, and then you have to rely on other people to come back and tell you what goes on. But if you show up, you can hear for yourself, you can take back what you need to take back, and then you can also help the process to grow. So get involved, stick together, and just meet, mingle, and continue to be friends.
Well, that was the alumni gathering at BRCC Alumni at Sullivan's. It was the first merged alumni association of the former Capital Area Technical College and BRCC, newly merged under one alumni association. And with that being said, on the subject of alumni, I have another guest with me here today, Mr. Israel Wilson.
How you doing, Miss Tammy? Great to be here.
A pleasure to have you. Now, your story is a little different than our first guest.
It is.
Tell us your story.
Okay, my story is a little bit different because I actually also am alumni, but I'm actually alumni from Southern University. I graduated in business management in 2005.
Right.
I pursued a career. Everything was wonderful. Company started downsizing, so I decided to look into another avenues of going to another field. I found out about this wonderful program called the TAG program at BRCC. They were offering for industrial maintenance. And I looked at how Baton Rouge was going, Louisiana as a whole was going towards that division with there's so many new jobs going in the plant region. You have Dow building new plants.
That's
you have
right.
all kind of plants building in Louisiana. And I wanted to make sure that I was taking the initiative to get in from the ground up because I have a different background. Like I went to college. It was wonderful. I'm thankful for my degree, but I realized that if I wanted to make sure I have enough incentive and enough security for my family in the future, I want to go maybe another direction to make sure I was safe and secure. So I looked into this program. I found out about it. A wonderful woman named Miss Amanda Suddenly told me everything I needed to know about it. And she put me in the right directions. And the beautiful thing about this program was it was easy to get into. And once I was initially initiating to the program, all the professors, the teachers, the program, the interview process was amazing. It was very stress-free. It was very natural to get oriented into the Baton Rouge Community College family, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm actually still enjoying it right now. I just got certified in the core program, but now I'm NCCER certified, and I just joined the program. And now I'm going to the next phase 1 of industrial maintenance.
Awesome.
And I'm learning all these brand new technical skills, things. When you're on the business aspects, you're on the finance side, you're on the sales side, but now you're completely hands-on. You know, I'm cutting pipes, I'm threading pipes,
Nice.
I'm welding, I'm doing a little bit of millwright work. I'm just in the initial stages of it, but it's been rewarding and a very enjoyable experience that I've already added stuff to my resume, and I'm looking at new positions with new companies. So it's been an amazing benefit to me.
And you are going to be, you know, this gentleman is going to be a hot commodity on the market simply because he does have his degree. He has a bachelor's degree, and he's going to have those skill certifications as well. So for those of you out there who have bachelor's degrees or graduate degrees, and maybe you're looking, as he said, to be even more marketable, particularly with the growing demand for skilled craftsmen, this is something you may be interested in, enrolling in the continuing education workforce solutions side of the community college, the side of the house, so to speak. And I didn't mention it earlier, but BRCC really has, it's kind of like 3 sides of the house. You have the academic side where you transfer degrees and associate degrees. Then you have the technical side where you get technical diplomas and hands-on. And then you have a whole another piece of the puzzle, and we'll learn about that a little later in the show. And that's where you have the short-term skills training where you get certifications and you do the hands-on and all that good stuff. And so Israel, you're in the industrial maintenance.
Correct.
Now it's level 1, right?
Correct.
Because there are levels of this.
Well, there are levels.
craft.
The program is a year-end program. I started the program in October. We finished the core training process and the end of December. And we restarted back in early January. And now we're in the process of the really aggressive, grinding, dirty work of industrial maintenance right now.
So, and when you finish this job, when you finish this this certification level 1, what kind of jobs can you get?
Well, you'll be able to get all kind of entry-level positions. Mm-hmm. And the thing about the positions is it's not just for people with college degrees, it's for anybody. It's open to anybody. There are people in my classes who haven't gotten their GEDs yet.
Right.
And that's
right.
That's
a great point. I'm so glad you're saying that.
Yeah, it's a great point. You don't want to you just don't want to limit yourself to one direction. You want to be able to make sure that you're broadening your horizons to any direction you can go. So in my class, it's amazing. We have people who are in my age demographic, but also I have younger children who college might not have been the thing for them at first, but you have to provide for your family. You have to have incentives. So they want to have a necessary career, but you need these skills, and Baton Rouge Community College is offering those skills for younger people as well as people myself to learn. So it's a beautiful thing.
And you know what? And also, you know, for the community to know that, you know, skills training and skills certifications are the great equalizer when it comes to education. I mean, you can have a graduate degree or you can be working on a GED and get these certifications and make really good money.
Absolutely.
And we're not talking minimum wage here. We're talking really good money.
Really good money.
So it's something to think about. There's a great demand in our city, in this area particularly, coming up. I think there's an 85,000 skilled worker shortfall, something like that.
Right.
So people out there, consider this. It's not a lot of time. How often do you go to class?
I go to class actually 5 times a week.
And what is how long?
It ranges, but it's pretty much from like 8 to 5.
And then and how long before you got that first certification, the core?
It was from October to December.
So a couple of months.
Yes.
And then your next phase will be.
And it's from January to March.
Another couple of months.
Right. And then the next phase, it goes in a cycle like that, and it's 4 phases until it lasts, I think, till September. And
so, like when you get that first 3-month core, you already prepared for at least an entry level job already. But now you're building on that, which is going to mean more money. So
more money, more skills. And the beautiful thing about it, though, they encourage you to do whatever you have to do because they'll work with you. And that's the beautiful thing about BRCC that I love and I implore to tell everybody is that if you can't go to the day classes, the night classes are also available with you.
Great. People want to know that.
Part, you know, because everybody has to work. Everybody has to provide for their families, but they also want to get that continued education. They're just nervous about how to start. This is an amazing program to get you to start on the further education. And I highly recommend it. You might start the first program with the core, you might go through the day class, then you might need to transfer to the night classes. But as long as you finish, as long as you're building your resume, as long as you're becoming a better person and becoming a better student in BRCC, that's all that really matters.
So message out there to those of you with graduate degrees. I said it before, we're saying it again. Graduate degrees, work on your GED, high school diploma. If you're interested in hands-on training, you don't have to have prior experience. Go get on the BRCC website, and you can look up on there. You see we have some short-term training programs ranging from, some of them are free, all the way up to $500 or so. Check it out. Very great area. Lots of areas in the craft trades, and we're going to find out about that right next with Miss Amanda Stanley, who's going to talk to us about all the different areas in addition to industrial maintenance. So you can hear about all these great things we have at BRCC, so don't go away. Thank you, Israel.
Pleasure. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. We'll see you again. Also, another alumni. Alumni's out there, we need you. Now, you see all these great alumni. We're all coming together doing some big things for you guys. If you are an alumni of BRCC or Capital Area Technical College, get on the MyBRCC website, sign up, no cost, and I want to talk to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you.
That was Mr. Israel Wilson, one of our BRCC students enrolled in the industrial maintenance program on the continuing education side of the house. And as I mentioned earlier, BRCC has a academic side where transfer degrees. We've got the technical diploma side where you get a diploma in technical areas like air conditioning, refrigeration, and information technology, culinary arts, drafting, all these great programs. And then we have a whole other side of the house, which is really important right now in our economy and our society, and it's called Workforce and Continuing Education. And it's short-term training programs where you get national and international certifications. And here to speak with us today is one of the staff members from that side, department of BRCC, and talk to us about how you can do that. Miss Amanda Stanley.
Hi, Tammy.
A pleasure having you. Thank you
so
for
much.
recruiting Mr. Wilson, Israel Wilson.
Yes.
He's going to do great. So talk to people watching, talk to us about this, such great information.
Okay, so like Israel and Tammy mentioned, BRCC has an academic program, but then we also have on our side of the house what we call non-credit, which is programs that are not going to give you academic credit, but it's going to give you training that you can use to get employment now. It's short-term training. We offer credentials from the National Center for Construction Education and Research, which is called NCCER. It's nationally recognized. The industry has requested people to have these credentials. As Tammy and Israel mentioned, there's going to be a huge demand for skilled workers in this area. Upwards to 50 to 80,000 workers are going to be needed in the next 5 years. So we are providing this training either for free, at reduced cost, or at a full cost. And your full cost is still going to be way less than you would find anywhere else.
And so talk to us, what are the crafts that are offered under this? It's NCCER is the name of the certification.
Right.
And then that NCCER has certifications in many areas. So what are some of the pivotal ones at this point?
So what we're offering training in, we're offering welding, pipe fitting, millwright. You can do electrical, instrumentation, industrial maintenance, which is what Israel is doing. We do some safety classes that's certified through not only NCCER, but OSHA, the Safety Council. We offer the classes with the merger, as Tammy was saying earlier. We're offering these classes not just in Baton Rouge, but we're expanding to all of the other regions that were formerly under Capital Area.
So, and I know there's some training at Port Allen campus, a lot of training going on there, some of this NCCR training. In the Baker, there's a training site in Baker, and Plaquemine, that new West Side campus.
Right.
And so a student can actually go there, someone can enroll in this class and actually have a job, right? Because it's flexible schedule.
Yes, our students can either come during the day. We offer classes during the day for people who maybe work shift work or work at night, and then we offer classes at night, and you can come twice a week. Some classes will be 3 or 4 times a week. We offer classes on Saturdays depending on the location, so you have a lot of options that'll work with whatever you have going on in your life.
And so, what kinds of jobs can they get from this?
So from this, it's entry level. Most of the training that we offer is going to give you what we call the core curriculum certificate, which is just your basic introduction for somebody who's never been in the field before. And then we're going through level 1, level 2, some cases 3 and 4. So you're going to be able to go out there, not only show them your NCCER credentials, it's nationally recognized, you get a card, you punch, any employer can punch in your number and pull up everything that you've taken. You know, you can go anywhere from entry level even to a mid-level. And all of our classes are structured to where you do class time and you have hands-on. We have equipment
That's
there.
important.
You are going to be doing the same work that you would do in the field.
So it's like job training, really.
Oh, yeah.
With a credential
That's right.
that's portable. They can go to Colorado and they'll pull it up and
That's
say, oh,
right.
he has a pipe fitting NCCER certification.
You could go to France and they can pull it up there.
Oh, it's international. Well, yeah. Well, let's all go to France. No. But so that's such great information. Now, we talked earlier with Israel about what are the requirements for someone to enroll.
So it just kind of depends on what program you're in. There are some grant-funded programs that will have eligibility requirements, and then there's open enrollment where the only requirement is that you pay the fee, and that fee can range from $150. The most we have is $650, and you have to be available for class. So it really just depends on where you fit, what you're looking for, you know, if you need to work at night or if you need to go to school at night or go to school during the day. So we have a lot of options, and all you have to do is just give us a call and we can certainly direct you to the best option for you.
So students, people out there, what is the age? Is it 18?
18 to if you can walk. We have a 70-year-old woman that's now in our pipe fitting class.
Nice.
That's doing great. So we do cut it off at 18, and that's only because to get employment generally in the plants and with the contractors, you do have to be 18.
So if people out there, if you're 18 and up, if you have a GED, working on your GED,
Don't
have
have
a
a
bachelor's
GED.
degree, don't have a GED yet, have a graduate degree.
And some of our classes, some of our programs, the TAC program that Israel is in, we also will help you get your
GED while getting the training.
Correct.
So absolutely no excuse as far as your education side of things. I don't care what your education background is. You can come to BRCC and get these skills training in these craft areas that are in demand right now: pipe fitting, welding, electrical, millwright. What was the other one? Industrial maintenance. And you get instrumentation. You're getting these national certifications, and you'll be able to go to work for the area contractors in Baton Rouge and also the plants. So it's more than 30 companies and corporations that are out there waiting for you. So this is definitely the thing to do. And you said, again, the cost could be $0 to
$650 is really for the construction training is the highest. And just give us a call at 216-8239 and we can direct you. Maybe this program's not for you, and if we know of something else, we'll get you to where you can succeed in what you're doing.
And something you mentioned before the interview, I wanted to make sure you talk about this. One of the things people think that the reason they can't get in school is because maybe they have a background, maybe they have a felony, or maybe they were incarcerated. Talk about that.
So for our programs, if you do have an issue in your background, you're not barred from entering our programs. The only thing is you'd want to get your process started for your TWIC card. That's usually the most important thing when you're looking for employment, but it's not a barrier, and you're not going to be disqualified from any of our programs for that.
So let's say someone out there doesn't know anything about pipe fitting, has no idea whatsoever. They can just come in to take this class, and let's say they got in at the $150 course. For 15 weeks, they can come in the evenings or the weekends or whatever for $150, know nothing about pipe fitting. Let's say they don't have a GED. Let's say that they're in their 60s.
Yep.
With a record, which people like that do exist. Like they don't have a GED yet. They do have they have a felony in their background, and they're in their 60s, and they don't know anything about pipe fitting. Can they enroll and be successful in this program?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can have never welded pipe, you can have never cut pipe, you can have never threaded pipe. You're going to learn it all. Your teacher is going to take you from your basic introduction, learning how to hammer a nail, to learning how to cut the pipe, to thread the pipe, to do all the cool stuff that makes sparks go everywhere. I don't understand it either, but I've seen it with our students. They've come in, they've had no experience, and now they're out there just doing amazing things.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show. Definitely want to have you back, Amanda. I mean, great information.
Thank you so
and,
much.
and everyone out there, take advantage of this. So you see BRCC has everything for you. Transfer degrees, academic degrees, technical diplomas, skills. No matter who you are, you can go to college, all right? BRCC has something for you. This is Tammy Brown signing off for another edition of BRCC Today. I'll see you on our next segment.